I now started the recording.
I don't believe you.
You trying to do I like to move it guy?
Kinda, yeah. Wait, is mine working?
King Julian. Yes, it's working. It's working.
It's so bright out.
Not really. Did you just zone out? You look
No,
dead in the
I was
eyes.
looking to see where that truck was coming,
Oh,
was going.
I can't see a truck. Not from my angle.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can't from yours because of the tree. I can though. Sorry, my stomach hurts. Still don't feel great.
Same. About the second part. My
Like I
stomach's okay.
don't. Here's things. I feel like you gave it to
Started
me
out friends.
because you were sick first.
But yeah. But who gave it to me?
I don't know.
Maybe you.
And then I just didn't feel the effects until after you.
Maybe you were like a what they call them? Like
Oh,
non-symptomatic COVID
yeah.
patient. And then you got
I'm just a carrier until I wasn't.
so you're a receiver.
Yeah. But then also like other shit is making my stomach messed up. I hate that I'm an anxiety pooper.
Isn't everybody?
I don't know.
Isn't like anxiety? Isn't like whatever happens like chemically when you get anxiety make you want to poop?
I don't know if that it does it to everybody.
I mean, it does for me, and I know it's that's a thing. So I just thought it was like
Yeah.
a universal thing.
I know people. I know a lot of people that affects, but I don't know if like everybody.
No one's ever said that doesn't happen for them, but I've never really asked, hey, do you need to poop when you have anxiety? It's never been a conversation starter or anywhere.
Finisher.
Yeah, a middler conversation middler.
Middling.
Middling?
Yeah.
Is that a word like that?
Yeah, that's a word.
Doesn't it mean like moderate or average size amount or
I
rank?
think, yeah, maybe.
Bulk, goods, medium grade. Yeah, none of this makes sense to me.
It's an older word. They don't use it anymore.
Aren't most words old?
I meant like I don't think it's in our everyday lexicon like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I just thought of when I said lexicon?
Scrabble?
No.
LexCorp?
Huh?
LexCorp?
No.
I think we've had this conversation about the word lexicon before. I'm almost 90% positive we've had a conversation about what we think of when someone says lexicon. And I said LexCorp, and I don't remember what you say. So say it.
Are you still gonna guess or
No, say it, and I'll tell you if I.
Word Girl?
No, but that's amazing.
And it's specifically because it's Chris Parnell that does the narrator, right?
Which took me.
And he says lexicon.
Yeah.
Like that. And so I when I say that word, I think Word Girl, and I hear Chris Parnell. Just crazy that we didn't know that's who that was for so long.
I thought you knew. So you found out when I found out, or made the connection?
Maybe a little before. I don't know. It's just like when I found out that Judy Greer voices. What is it?
An Archer?
No, it's Luna. I think is what it's called. It's another PBS show.
Oh,
she's the moon.
I figure. The name Luna.
Anyhow. My tum-tum. What's going on with you besides that?
I've been sick.
Huh?
I've been sick.
Besides that.
That's
what I said. Besides that.
That's kind of been... When I'm sick, I don't know if it's the same way for you or anybody else. When I'm sick, it's not that it becomes my personality. It's just... I just, like, dissolve into the sickness. I'm down
Dissolve into the sickness would be a sick song.
Dissolve into the sickness.
I like that. Or it could be a band name.
Yeah.
Diss.
Dissolve into the sickness. Diss, yeah. It's one of those diss tracks.
Yeah.
You get it?
I do get it. Sorry. Google wanted to update me about Gemini. Not that
Gemini?
I think that's their version of AI, right?
Oh. I forget about that.
I don't know. I don't be using it unless it like sneaks it on me when I Google something.
The only time I use AI is when I'm not realizing I'm using AI.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like frozen because of that certain situation.
Yeah, sorry.
And I don't want to get into the situation, but I do want to talk about like again, like I said earlier, I said, like, it may be that I am the problem, like, in the sense of, I don't know how, I clearly don't know how to fucking communicate with neurotypicals, is what it comes down to. And sometimes even neurodivergence. Like, I don't know. I understand, especially when I was younger, that I would just say shit, not trying to be mean, but like I'm just saying the shit that comes in my head, right?
Yeah.
I struggled with tact. I learned how to have tact as I grew older. Again, I wouldn't talk about that I like was severely shamed for that. And realizing now that's just like a part of my ADHD. Like I wasn't trying to be mean, but I sorry. I'm struggling with verbalizing what I'm experiencing. I wish that people would understand that I never have bad intentions, right? Like ever. And you know that. You know that about me. Like I'm literally the person that thinks about every single side of a situation.
Yeah.
And it hurts when you feel like you have a different relationship or communication with someone and you find out that's not the case because they say something so out of pocket.
Yeah.
And you're just like, where was the communication breakdown here? I don't understand. Like, was the thing I said before could it come across as abrupt? I mean, I guess I did it concise. Like, it's either I'm going to give you a long ass explanation, which is what I tend to do because of the past history of constantly being misinterpreted, or I'm concise and it comes across like I'm being rude and I don't know what else to fucking do.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes me feel like such shit about myself. Like, I guarantee that this person is not even thinking twice about this situation. Whereas I've been stuck on it for hours. I know that's not healthy. Hello, OCD. Like, I don't know what to do. I just have to sit through this uncomfortableness and feeling like crap about myself. But then it's just maybe I'm rude and I'm not aware I'm being rude.
I don't think you're rude. I think sometimes it can be perceived as rude, but that's just because of like a miscommunication. I also think the big factor that plays into this is texting.
Yeah.
Like that's just gonna be that's happened to me before, and not even like about like a serious thing. It's just like even little things. Like, oh, that's not what I meant at all. And it's because you can't really read someone's inflection or intention or see how they're looking or their posture or like their overall mood
Right.
when they're saying these things, and that happens over text. And that's why like even on FaceTime sometimes it's like not even the best. I mean, that's the closest you'll get to it instead of actually talking in person, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, I can taking a step back, look and say, like, the text that I sent before, the text I got, could come across abrupt. I wasn't trying to be like in a mean way. I was just like being concise about something, but there's no misinterpreting what was sent back to me. That was rude as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that. What I don't care about tone or text. Like it's just not an okay thing to say. I feel like. And even back in the day when I blurted shit out, I wouldn't have said anything that rude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just frustrates me. And it's just a very common occurrence. And so it just reminds me that I don't know. I remember one of my previous sponsors would say, you know, not everybody thinks like you, Sarah, and sometimes that's a good thing.
Well, I think that's a great thing.
Rude.
No, it's not. Okay.
I know.
I would hope nobody thinks like anybody else. I mean, obviously, like about important issues, yeah. I just meant in general.
Yeah.
Because then the world would be boring. And I don't mean like, oh, everyone thinks racism is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not talking about
yeah.
that kinds of things, right? I'm not talking about like genuine like or general empathy. I'm not talking about that kind of
Yeah.
things. I'm talking about like the way you process information or like the things you come up with. I don't know. I'm just looking at it from the artistic perspective.
No, I
That's what I'm
know.
really trying to get a point
I mean, and
across.
she wasn't wrong. Like, I mean, sometimes I'll be thinking some real hateful things about people.
Yeah, and some people do that too. I mean, a lot of people do that. I mean, most
Yeah.
people do that too.
But yeah, they don't want to admit it though.
Yeah.
Like, and I think of very like explicit ways that certain people should, expire, right? So like, it's probably a good thing that sometimes people don't think like I do, but I don't know. I do think that like a lack of empathy is just like a big thing that I struggle with, like not me having, but like when other people don't.
Yeah.
And it always kind of astounds me when they don't, because I have so much of it.
It just sounds when people do.
It astounds me when people do.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of rude. You grew up with someone who does, like, and
Yeah.
you
Okay.
do
You need
too.
to stop taking and you take everything I say
Okay,
like it's.
in fairness,
I'm not talking about
again,
you.
I'm talking about like that I literally had a, like triggered. So I'm real fucking sensitive. I'm also, in fairness, PMSing. So,
Well, I'm not talking about you when I say that. I'm
well, I
just
just
talking in
it it astounds you when
general. And it
people
sounds
have
when
empathy.
it astounds when I find people who I can tell genuinely like not only have empathy but like go out of their way to be kind in whatever manner that is, you know. And I'm not saying like there's barely anybody who does that anymore. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I guess it's the thing where like the bad is always going to be louder than the good, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like even like one bad experience is always going to be something you remember more than a bunch of like little good ones or something, you know what I mean?
No, I do know what you're meaning. It's just like I really think that people should be careful of the things they say to other people, because you just never know how someone's gonna take it and how it sits with them. And I'm definitely somebody that, and I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for myself because of the trauma that I endured growing up, right, and the continued trauma, and how many negative things were said to me. It is so much easier for me to, once you say that or do something, I'm gonna latch onto that shit and I'm not gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's not healthy. I'm not excusing that. Like, trust me, I wish that my brain was not like this. I would love for my brain to not be like this. Like, but until I can afford to A, get back on the medication that I need, B, finish the therapy that I need, I can only do so much. Like, I don't think people fully understand how trauma rewires you physically. Like your brain, your body, everything. It literally, there are dozens and dozens of medical things talking about how trauma is stored in your body and how it affects you for the rest of your life. And so sometimes even when someone says something that they think, now they have to know it's kind of shitty that what was said, but they probably think it's not that big of a deal.
In your situation, yeah.
Yeah, like there's no way.
There are plenty of situations where it's like no harm was meant at all, and they just
Right.
didn't know that the person that's receiving whatever they did or said or any kind of thing is gonna be affected by that in a different way, and that's just a matter of the person that got affected by that letting them know
Right.
why I'm reacting this way, and they're just being like, oh, that's fine. It's not that you can't say those things, and obviously when I say this, I'm not talking about general like hurtful things. I'm not talking about that. You know what I
No,
mean?
you're talking about unintentional pain. Like,
Yeah,
I
if someone made like a lighthearted joke, right? And I mean I don't mean like like obviously like hurtful or prejudice or any of those
right.
kind of things. Just, like lighthearted joke, and someone like got affected by that or did something that like wasn't okay with somebody, right? Um, as long as that person who feels the way about that lets them know, and the person who is told how that made them, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, as long as they like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's just a communication thing.
Like my thing is like always like I really do try to look, the initial pain is the initial pain, right? Like it's just gonna happen. And remember, perception is reality. So no matter what you said, it's always gonna be how someone perceived it that matters. Like for the most part, right?
Yeah.
And I try to go by, okay, well, do I know their heart? Like, did that, even before I like might say something to them, right? And then think, well, they probably didn't mean it that way. If I know their, like, if I know their heart and I'm like, they're not generally like this, then it's just like, hey, I don't think you meant it like this, but this hurt, right? Um, and then the transgressor just be like, yeah, I didn't mean it like that way, and I'm so sorry. My issue is when like you do point out something that someone's done and they're like immediately defensive.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, then maybe you did mean it that way. Because I don't know. This is a tangent. I just like don't
Well,
feel good.
I mean, that's just like that's a big overall conversation about communication. Look, I'll say that, and this is obviously excluding things that are directly meant to be hurtful or anything of the sort. But I don't think I'm not gonna blame somebody for saying something in a lighthearted manner or like whatever in a non-hurtful manner,
Yeah.
and it gets perceived in a hurtful manner by somebody. I'm not gonna blame for that, and I'm not gonna blame the person who received that in that way for feeling that kind of way. You know what I meant? You mean?
Right.
It's a matter of when those people talk about those things and they can't come to like an understanding of one another's point of view, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
I was talking because I did talk a little bit with this with Julie, and she's like, you know, the show The Good Place, and I was like, yeah. And she's like, you know, a lot of that is dealing with are people redeemable? Is like one of the main themes of it. Like look at like Tawny and shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, people are like, I do believe people are redeemable. I said my issues is if you acknowledge your transgressions.
Yeah.
And I think that's a struggle for people. A lot to do with like we struggle with communication, but also living in a society that says you always have to know the answers and you always have to be right.
So
Because if you don't, like it's a moral deficiency.
yeah, like
Like you can never be wrong.
let's overall conversation of I've seen on TikTok of like, can people like change? You know what I mean? I think people, of course, people can change. It's how they own up to whatever they did. Let's say, right, or whatever, like irredeemable. Like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I also don't. I'm not gonna blame someone for not ever really being able to see someone in a different light anymore, especially if they were personally affected by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not.
Like if somebody if somebody came and said, "Oh, your mom's like the best person ever," I'm like, "The fuck you two? I don't know that person. No, she's not."
A bunch of my friends have said they love you. You know what I mean?
What? Okay. What? I said my mom.
Oh, your mom. So you said okay. You were talking to me.
No. I'm saying if
Yeah.
somebody came up to me and told me my mother, like about my mom,
Oh,
was the
yeah.
best person they ever met, and she's so kind, I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
That's just because people can be different. People are always different to somebody else. Like no one is ever gonna act the same way to two different people.
I think there are some things that are unforgivable.
There are some things that are unforgivable.
Like, oh, like okay, you have me watching Glorious Bastards, right? All right, we'll try this again.
This is now the second time.
Third time, actually. Well, I mean, like
Second time of restarting.
Because
yeah. Audacity ran out of space, and so I cleared a bunch of stuff. But basically, not to talk about that longer. You were mentioning Glorious Bastards because the one of the characters made all the Nazis wear their logo.
Their swastika.
Their swastikas, like
their
on their,
logo. I'm sorry.
It's their logo. What do you mean?
It's their brand.
It is. Basically, like
you know what's really wild
making
to
sure
me?
making sure people who do atrocities are unforgivable.
Yeah, like.
And then you mentioned your mother, which has done horrible, despicable things to you, and shouldn't be.
Look, okay,
that's not the conversation,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like there was a time that I literally would just like imagine horrible things happening to her, right?
Yeah.
I don't imagine that anymore. I don't think of her at all unless like something really triggers me and I think of her, or we're doing something where we're talking about this. My whole point is I feel like she did things to me that were unforgivable a lot because the things that she did will affect me the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like she literally rewired my brain and my body. and I don't think those things are forgivable. Um, in those cases, I don't think people are redeemable.
Yeah, and I was saying that's not. I don't think that's the topic. I don't think that's an area of concern. Like I think everybody agrees, or everybody should agree, that people on the level of people that commit like
Vile.
horrendous,
Yeah.
vile atrocities to a large amount of people, or even one person, that's not forgivable. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it's other things. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I guess it's like I hate. I don't like this term because it's just thrown out there, and it's just like I feel like words almost that we come up with this. I know whatever, but like the whole cancel culture thing, right? You know what I mean? And I don't think that exists. I really don't think that exists. I don't think anybody is truly cancelable. There's people who have been quote unquote canceled and still have somewhat of a platform.
Right.
There's always going to be that. I don't think that's a thing. And the whole idea of cancel culture is what society, and I don't mean that and like whatever. I mean like the actual term society deems not okay, and making people respond and making people be held accountable for their actions. You know what I mean? That's what that is.
I think there's like, it's funny. I don't think I sent it to you, but I saw a TikTok from a girl around your age, talking about how Gen Z doesn't believe in cancel culture, and I thought that was an interesting take.
I just don't think it's a thing. Not truly. No.
And this was a black woman too. That's why it was like shocking, because she was on the thing like that shouldn't exist, and that people have abilities to change. And I'm like,
no one can ever be truly deplatformed. You know what I mean? Some instances they
it's
can.
not even that. It's the like,
and that's just because the internet and stuff.
I just feel like, I don't know. I just think there's some things when people show you who they are, that's who they are.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with Sierra on Love Island, right?
Yeah.
Like that woman has since been off, and she has done nothing but act like the victim since she's been.
Talking about.
And she just like, and it's not even that she keeps talking about that specific thing that got her pulled, right?
Yeah.
And it's also the way that people are like, it's not that big of a deal. Like racism is racism. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how it comes out. And then like, oh well, it was 3 years ago. I don't think that in this day and age, unless you grew up without the internet, right? Like if you're like in Appalachia, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, or you're Amish, right? Yeah. Although Amish people are really down for political causes, and I love that about them. But like if for somehow you're insulated out of cultural, like what's in pop culture and things that are going on, maybe then. But I'm sorry, anybody with access to internet at this point, at least in the last 10 years, I don't think you have an excuse to be racist.
Yeah.
Every black people, Hispanic people, Asian people have been very clear about what they feel is racist.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like it's an excuse. I do think that sometimes you can say things and you don't realize that's what it is. So like I was on Threads either this morning, last night, I don't know, things blur together, right? Especially when you're sick. Where somebody said, I don't remember what they were talking about. Oh, I think it was someone's like, hey, I have a question. It's an author I follow, and she lives in around Austin or San Antonio. I can't remember. Anyhow, she was talking about, hey, I have a quick question. And she's like, I hate that I have to ask this. So if a couple same-sex couple lives here in Texas and they want to get married, should they do it now? And would they be like grandfathered in if it's reversed? Or should they wait and go like somewhere else? And I learned just now that grandfathered is a racist term. I forgot what they said it was for, but I think it has something to do with slavery. And I was like, damn, like I've used that term and not known it. Like, I don't know when the last time I used it, but
yeah,
like I've used it generally with like cell phone plans or stuff like that, like generally financially. And I sort of said it has something to do with slavery. I need to do more research on it, but I was very taken aback that was like, I literally, in my head, I was like, Jesus Christ, we cannot have anything. Everything is built from white supremacy. It's so gross. Like even something that small. Like I think if someone says something like that and they don't know it, like that's different because that one's not an obvious one, but like the thing Sierra said, that one's you used it more than once. You were using it in a derogatory way. You knew it was offensive.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, and I just don't know if someone can grow from that. It's when they are told about it and then they continue to be a victim.
Yeah.
That's where I think that, but I think like, what is it? What's her name? The first one that was pulled, right? And they didn't even tell us anything. I think like she immediately was like, yo, I'm so sorry.
No, she kept saying it.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, no.
Well, shit.
No, what?
So maybe like people that are racist just, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any like well-known racists that like stop being racist. I don't know any.
Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah, like he totally admitted like, hey, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Although he still gets raked against the coals for that.
And
Like literally everything with him and Pam Anderson. Every time I like look at like someone posts them, they're like, "Do you remember when he said this? You mean when he admitted that what he said was thought and wanted to do was terrible?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
God, I on both sides. I do think yes, there are some people that can be, but there are some that can't.
Yeah.
And you're right. I don't think cancel culture, when you have who we have in power right now that's giving a voice
Even
to people
when
like
even
that.
when there isn't, I just don't think it exists. I don't think it can ever truly exist.
Maybe not anymore. Yeah.
I don't think ever did.
You don't think ever?
No.
I mean, Germany made sure that those the people that were participating with that understood what they did was terrible. Like they have literal memorials to it.
Yeah.
Like they don't want them to ever forget how terrible it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And it's a weird thing to.
And I'm not saying just because it doesn't exist that like people shouldn't be held accountable. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying like if you ask me my personal opinion, you know what I mean? I think the idea of people like losing influence definitely exists.
Yeah.
And some people can be like deplatformed in certain platforms, you know what I mean, right? But like by the complete definition, I don't think it exists. No.
I do think there's certain terms that we've had lately that have just been. Sorry, I just put a burp away that wasn't that serious. That meant one thing and now have like basically become. Okay, it's like whenever like someone says I love you and we say it, sometimes we say it so flippantly and it kind of loses its meaning. I feel like that's what cancel culture and like woke has become.
Well, I love you is a big topic of discussion for me because I don't know, it just love is so.
Well, there's different.
I don't mean to get on a soapbox and sound so whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think love is truly defined for one person. You know what I mean? And I think it's the actions in how a person acts that determines like what someone actually meant and how you're supposed to like. If someone said I love you, right? Someone can just say I love you and not truly mean it. You know what I mean? Or someone can say I love you and truly mean it.
Right.
It's just a matter of the context in which they say it and how they act around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, but I do understand though that I don't think if someone were to say I love you to their partner, right? In like a romantic sense, right? And in their mind, they don't really mean it, right? They mean it as like I love you, but I'm not like, you know what I mean?
Not in love with you.
You have to understand if you are going to say that, you have to understand how that your partner might take that. I'm not saying like, oh, in bad way. They might think that you're like genuinely in love with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like, it's a case by case basis. You know what I mean?
I think whenever it's like relationships like that, you should just like when you have strong feelings for someone, but you're not in love with them, just be like, I like you immensely.
Yeah.
Like, but there are different kinds of love. I like friends I've had. I love them. Like that's.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's obvious.
I love Bob's Burgers.
I was talking about like intimate. Like I love you. I don't know. It's just like
I'm thinking
because I do remember because on that one there was like I know at one point in one of the Love Island seasons that like how many times have you said I love you to a person? You know what I mean? I think when men do it, sometimes they do it to a good amount of times men say I love you to a woman, right?
Yes.
To
gain access.
I was trying to think of the term. Yeah, let's say gain access, right? I that's a for sure thing. You know what I mean? I think there are small cases. I'm not saying this is an excuse or anything. I think there are small cases, and it's genuinely are generally when they're younger. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they don't really know what that means when they say I love you.
Yeah.
They think they're in love and you're not in love, and that can happen to anybody. You know what I mean? You can,
Mhm.
because you think what you know love is. Like you may see it on like a movie or a TV show or like some other couple you see, but I don't think a person really knows what love is to them until they've probably gone through multiple relationships or they've had a lot of time to sit with it. You know?
Yeah. I know, like, specifically,
If
I'm
you're like
trying.
past 25 and you're just saying that, what the fuck are you doing?
Right. No, because like specifically, I know what you were talking about on Love Island. It was Nick. Remember that it was during like one of the challenges. They were like, "How many times have you told someone that you love them?" And Nick said 7 times, hoping to make it 8.
Yeah, and I that question, like, do they mean like in a romantic sense or do they mean?
And for
'Cause-
him, I think he's one of those people. He means I saw that person as my
Yeah.
partner because we know his body count was way higher than the times he's told someone they love them.
And also, yeah, some people truly fall in love way well before other people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is.
So that's where I say I think in like relationships, it's not something I say easily because it means so much to me in a relationship.
Yeah.
And also because I've had dudes, to gain access say things.
Yeah.
So, like I'm sure maybe there's somewhere some woman has said it to gain access.
Yeah, for
Probably
sure.
in lesbian relationships more than anything.
Yeah.
I doubt it's the reverse.
I mean, I'm sure there has been the verse. So I'm not gonna-
No, because it usually scares guys when you say that real soon.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's never happened.
Yeah, I'm not gonna never say never.
Yeah.
To quote our
JB.
philosopher, JB. Yeah. I'm sorry. Speaking of Love Island, I literally spent this morning on a Nicolandria
I'm mad
thread.
I'm mad I even mentioned Love Island.
I can't help it. They're so adorable. I love them so much. She looks like a literal Barbie. Like, I can't. And I just spent like 30 minutes going through the Nicolandria threads.
Jesus Christ.
Like some of it back to when they were still on the show. There's lots of edits and they were cute. But I don't even know, like that's crazy. We went from like also it's not completely random, but I just we have reality shows and then just like this whole
God.
thing, right? No, it's like to go back to like okay, so like the issue that we started this with, it comes down to one of the things that's really important to me is loyalty.
Loyalty.
No, legitimately, Kendra has it. Like, that is probably the thing that's most important. Like, honesty and loyalty are the 2 most important things to me. Don't lie to me in any form. And stick by me no matter what. Am I being crazy? Okay. Guess what? We will figure it out. But you still need to have my back, right? And when I was talking to Garrett Kelly about Big Brother, and like I was like, well, who are you like rooting for? And she's like, I don't know. And just realizing that the ones that she does like is the exact opposites of the ones I like. And I'm like, she doesn't like Rachel. And I'm like, how do you not love her? I thought she watched her OG seasons. And she was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, that's the whole thing is that Rachel's loyal to a fault. Like, the reason she always was playing from behind is because she stayed loyal to who she stayed loyal to.
Yeah.
And to me, that's something I really admire. And even I know it's in a game where you're, it's not like Survivor where it's supposed to be outwit, outlast, outplay, right? But
Yeah, I think loyalty's. I throw loyalty out the window if I was on this Survivor.
well, yeah,
Loyalty would not
Survivor
even be my-
specifically is kind of like
Loyalty would not
lie
be in
your
my
ass
language.
off, right?
I would be lying.
Whereas Big Brother is a slower paced game and is longer. So loyalty, I feel like, does kind of help because you need those allies to help you make it to the end. So, and it's just interesting to me how, like, that even in, like, things like that where I'm watching, like, reality shows and stuff, the characters, not the characters, the people that I tend to root for are the ones like that are honest and loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I know that didn't, whatever.
No.
It just made me think of it.
I think the three most important things for a healthy relationship in this order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Communication is number one.
Yeah.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah.
Number 2 is honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Number number I don't know what's 2 or 3. 2 or 3 is either honesty and then trust. I don't know what's the.
I feel like those go hand in hand.
I feel like they go hand in hand, but like.
Because if
Okay.
someone's honest with you, you can trust them.
Okay, fine.
Because if they're cheating, that's not being honest.
I was not even I was thinking about that, but I think about a bunch of other things. Fine. Well, the third one would probably be what communication. I'm just gonna stick with those 3. I don't know if I'll throw another one in
Oh.
top 3.
You know what a new one for me is?
What?
That I like, there's no way I'd be able to be with someone now if they weren't into this.
Oh, anime.
I don't know why you made that noise or that face. I don't appreciate that.
Well, that's for you. I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I meant like, I'm not gonna. Like,
I don't mean in a gatekeepy way. I'm saying like we don't even have to like the same animes. I just don't want to be fucking shamed for liking it.
In an ideal world, my relationship would start off looking like a Venn diagram, where we have a few like a decent amount of things in common,
Yeah.
right? And then with a bunch uncommon, and then the Venn diagram would go closer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's ideally to me.
Yeah. I don't want someone who thinks exactly like I think,
Yeah.
does all the exact same things I do.
I used to think I'd want someone like basically me, but like another version, right? But that would be so boring. That would be so boring. If I don't know.
I'm pretty fucking not
I'm
boring.
interesting, and
Yeah.
I'm not interested, but like I don't know. I find it interesting to learn things about other people.
I need someone calmer than me, for sure. Like, not boring, not like, somebody that I need my Chandler to my Monica. Because like the whole thing, like my sister and I watch it, and he said like there's an episode where they're like, she's like, they say I'm high maintenance, blah blah blah, right? And he's like, you are, but I like maintaining you. Like, I need someone that understands, and I don't know. I mean, I'm emotionally probably I am high maintenance, right? Not probably, definitely. I need someone that understands, like, if I'm having a meltdown, like, to just not make it worse, right?
Yeah.
Not be like, calm down. Not. I don't care how crazy I'm sounding. Let me just fucking vent, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just need, or and it's not even have to be like, I'm just saying a person. I'm not talking about a guy or a girl, just a person, right? But also, I need somebody chalant.
Okay.
No, it's because like again, Nicolandria, right? They were talking because they just did the reunion, and then they were on Watch What Happens Live with
Wait,
Andy.
chalant or nonchalant?
We need someone chalant that gives a shit, that
Okay.
cares, because they were talking about.
That was my third one. I think it's effort.
Yeah.
Is the third and
Yeah,
important.
I'm
Sorry.
saying like someone like they were talking about when
I've never heard anybody say chalant.
well, because
like I know what it means,
Yeah.
but like when someone says chalant, I get thrown back a bit. Like,
Well, just-
did you mean to add an on in front of that?
No, one of the main TikTokers that like through the Love Island season, I like, I watch a lot of her stuff, and one of hers came up today, and she was like talking about Nick, like this man. She said she wanted to go to Europe. He took her to Greece. She said she wanted a model. He put her in thing like this stuff. And like when she was on Watch What Happens Live, whatever that thing they did, they just recorded.
Yeah.
Alandri went on this whole thing like talking about how basically he has allowed her to be in her soft girl era and be like the person that she is, and not have to be this as a black woman, like the hard angry black woman, right? Like be portrayed that way. He's just allowed her to be, and it was just like they were also using him and somebody else, maybe Ace, I can't remember, just being like, I want a chalant. I want somebody chalant. I want someone who cares, like that puts effort in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the definition of if he would, he could, but also if she would, she could. Like,
Yeah.
It's like the thing, I think I've talked about this when we first got married, when we were living in the apartment, right?
Are you gonna talk about love bombing?
Me? No, I was talking about what I did. I mean, yes, he did love bomb me at the beginning. He married me, but he very quickly after the marriage stopped doing the things he was doing.
Yeah.
Whereas I was like, we're almost a year in, and I like would mail him cards from our house, put a stamp on it so he'd get it in the mail. Like, obviously, I didn't mail it from our house. I went to the post office across the street and mailed it. But the point is, like, I don't know what the point was. I'm a very chalant person.
Yeah.
So I do want someone to match that energy. Right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got on this tangent.
What
we look for in a relationship, yeah. But I don't even know how we got there. Whatever. You want some? I saved some Reddit things.
Sure.
This one's from Petty Revenge. It's long,
Jesus.
but it's good. Are you gonna listen?
My ears are open.
Let me know when they're closed.
Okay. Like, what? Am I gonna listen? Do I have a choice?
So this one's called Neighbor Who's Very Artistic by Nature, Getting a Sudden Eviction Because the Landlord's Daughter Wants the House with the Art Inside. What art? That's the title, right?
I'm so genuinely confused.
I know. There was a house in our area that was known for having really cool murals inside, done by the previous tenant. Outside was pretty tame. She had a pre-built facade to make the house look like a cottage instead of inside all hand-done murals of Disney movies and fairy tales. The lady was an art teacher when she was younger, and later she started one of those paint with wine type businesses, which she did well before fully retiring to just doing paint commissions and furniture decorating. She's always been nice to everyone, even when I've been an ass to her when she complained about the truck being loud or speeding. We worked through it and became friends, right? She had an argument with the original landlord, she had an agreement with the original landlord about the art. Since it wasn't outside, it wasn't going to be a problem. She's been living in that house since the mid-'80s with promises of getting the house in time. Unfortunately, he passed before anything was signed and legitimized, and his kids took over. One of the sons visited the house to inspect it with his daughter, and apparently they fell in love and wanted the art house for his daughter. My neighbor didn't have a lease, which made the fight harder, and they used the art on the walls as an excuse to kick her out. She was devastated, but she was able to buy a property that fits her need at the last minute in another state that had a full art studio area on the first floor. She originally wanted to leave the house as is without the cottage looking front, but my friend offered to restore the house to Rebecca standards for free since he needed to figure out how to use powerful paint sprayers. He also had a friend that did landscaping to help her with the front of the house. She agreed, and we moved all the furniture out of the store into storage units, and my friend let her stay in the guest house free of charge if she did a mural on the living room wall. She had the house cleaned out in a week. On the second week, they buffed all the walls with sanders. All the murals from the front to back were gone. It just looked like blotches of colors. My friend, being the ever-diligent painter that he is, masked anything that wasn't paint and sprayed kids primer everywhere with his new toy sprayer. So basically, they all of the murals, they got rid of them, right?
So the murals were painted on the wall.
She painted the murals while she was a tenant there, and the original landlord
was like, "It's fine as long as
that's fine because it's on the inside."
I had to check myself because I was thinking, I get this probably not what murals are. I was thinking they were painted on like on canvas.
No. They're on the walls throughout the house, right?
Yeah.
And then she had lived there for decades.
Wait,
I'm trying to explain, right? She'd lived there for decades.
I know that part.
The original landlord, they had an agreement that eventually she would be able to buy the house.
I know. I'm telling you what only thing I need to make sure.
Yeah.
I know anything else. It's so basically the tenant, right? The new tenant, the kids, right?
Well, the new landlord
or whatever, right? Yeah, no tenant. Took over the house and kicked her out and used like, oh, well, you painted on the walls. You can't live here anymore, right? But as soon as I got in the house, they painted over it.
No. No. So the tenant, right, that did the painting, originally she was obviously she was upset, but she found another house. She just wanted to take the thing in the front that made it look like a cottage with her. And she was just going to leave it as is. Yeah. And her neighbors were like, "No, we can help you restore it back to original before you leave." Yeah, that's why it's called Petty Revenge. And so he's just like, after the paint dried, he used his Rebecca collection of colors to essentially kill the character of the house. Rebecca condition is what we call flipper houses. It's always the same fucking colors, white with grays all over the house, and the shitty dark tone pergo flooring. The floors were tile, so he left it alone, but the walls were white semi-gloss. The wood paneling, walls, trim, switch covers, outlet, all of that was sprayed with the most depressing shade of gray. The house looked dead inside when I went in to check it out. It was weird not seeing all the murals. The front of the house was the last project. She agreed to give his landscaping friend the bushes in exchange for the labor of removing the cottage facade without breaking it. The landscaper basically ripped everything out and just dumped gravel and sand with a boulder for decoration. This weekend, I went to fix some problems at an old neighbor's house and noticed that the house was still empty and asked the neighbor if he had seen anyone move in. He said early in the week there were some U-Hauls there, but none of them were unloaded, and that was the last time they remember seeing anyone there. Bet that daughter was in for a surprise when she saw the house got turned into a basic hellhole. So it was the son of the landlord.
Yeah, I
passed.
have the story now.
The whole reason they wanted the house was because of the murals.
Good.
But then they used the murals as a reason to kick her out.
Yeah.
And so they were like, okay, let's restore it back.
It'd be one thing if they were like, we really want this house. What can we do to get it? And they worked with the tenant.
Yeah.
But they just went
like
over
if they had,
and
somebody was like, if they had paid her at least for
Yeah.
her like a commission, or actually somebody's like, why didn't they just ask her to like commission her to paint in their house?
Yeah.
Let her have the house, like it was agreed, like they knew that the father had made an agreement with her. Let her keep that house and then just commission her to paint murals.
I mean, truly, it's like they technically can do that. That's
yeah.
in their full right, but like, you know what I mean?
So here's another one that I came across this late one. It's called Entitled People. That's the sub, right? This one is, coworker told HR I was being exclusive for not inviting her to my wedding.
Oh my God, get over yourself.
This was honestly, I
hate people who think everyone has to
Listen,
like them. I hate people like
in
that.
my imagination, she doesn't say this, right? But in my imagination, the poster is a black woman and the person complaining is a white woman. This
It's just-
in my opinion,
I'm just
in
like,
my imagination.
I don't like. People need to get over the fact, or get used to the fact that not everyone's gonna like you.
Right.
Get used to it. You're not fucking special in any kind of way. I don't care what your fucking parents said to you.
Listen. So it says, this was honestly one of the weirdest work things I've ever dealt with. There's a woman in my office I'm friendly with, but not close to. We had small talk here and there, nothing deep, no lunches together, no real outside of work connection. She found out I was getting married and asked when the wedding was. Then she straight up asked if I was invited. I kind of laughed and said, oh, no, it's really small, just close friends and family. I didn't think anything of it. She got quiet and a little cold after that, but I figured, okay, maybe awkward moment, whatever. Fast forward a few days later, I get a meeting invite from HR. Turns out she filed a complaint saying I was being exclusive and creating a hostile environment by leaving people out because I didn't invite her to my wedding that I'm paying for that isn't even work related. So I had to sit in this HR meeting and explain that I'm not required to invite coworkers I barely know to my literal wedding, that it's a personal event. It has nothing to do with work or who's in the office. HR honestly looked just as confused as I was. They basically said, yep, okay, thanks, and closed the case. But now she acts super passive-aggressive toward me, like side eyes, little digs when I walk by, still bringing it up in these weird sarcastic comments like, some people are so inclusive these days. I can't believe she actually thought HR could, make me invite her? Some people really do think they're the main character.
Is she a child?
Right.
I mean, like, this is like when someone, like, if you were to invite someone to your birthday party in class, oh, you have to invite the whole class. What? No. What do you? No.
Yeah, it's not elementary
Even
school.
I get a little iffy when, like, if I brought cookies, like, and I got them with my friends, you know what I mean? Well, you should have brought cookies for the whole class. No.
Right.
Like, I don't, like, why? It's like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how
somebody would be like, oh, I would never look at somebody that I barely know and be like, so where's my invite? That's weird to me.
Look, if you had to find out that they were having a wedding and they didn't tell you they were having a wedding, you probably aren't going to be invited. You know what I mean?
No, you know what I'm thinking about is the bar mitzvah episode of Bob's Burgers, Tammy's bar mitzvah, whenever Tina's like, where's my invitation? She's like, you're not invited. And then she says, like, what did she say?
I don't know.
She says something, and Tammy's response is like, this is for something. I don't remember, but like, basically, if you'd have been invited, you would have known. Like,
yeah, like,
that's not how that works.
And maybe, and then if it comes to a circumstance where they just happen to forget, to invite you, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to ask and you were that person that they forgot, they'd be like, oh yeah, I please in my mind, you're invited. If they don't say that and say, no, it's just for like, I'm just doing my own thing, then that's it.
Yeah.
That's end of the sentence. That's end of the conversation. Oh, okay. Yeah, no biggie. Hope you have fun at your wedding.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody said, I would report her to HR for creating an uncomfortable environment now.
Yeah, she literally
Like,
is.
you literally did.
You're outcasting her because you got your feelings hurt. Wah. Jesus Christ.
Okay, this one is it's another vlogger one, but like it's also one that I'm just completely I don't side with the comments in it at all.
We'll see if I agree.
Am I the asshole for ending my marriage because I didn't want to force my kids to live with my wife's oldest daughter again?
Wait, say it one more time.
Am I the asshole for ending my marriage because I didn't want to force my kids to live with my wife's oldest daughter again?
I'm telling you off rip, and obviously mine can be changed. Off rip, I think yes.
How much time do we have left? This might be our last one.
50. We're
Well,
good.
this will be our last one, right?
You're good. Just go ahead. Just go.
My wife and I, both in our 30s, are parents to 5 kids between us.
How?
Listen, I'm about to tell you how.
They're popping them out. Quickie.
Oh my God, I'm just not realizing kids aren't that little. Okay. I have 2 kids, 15 and 13, with my late wife, and my wife has 3, a 16-year-old daughter with her ex-boyfriend, and 2 more kids, 10 and 7, with her late husband.
Wait. So 13, 15, 10, and 7, who's the 5th one?
The 16-year-old is just the kid he doesn't want his kids living with.
Oh, that's her.
So his kid, yeah, the 16-year-old's the oldest, and that's hers.
Okay.
And she also has a 10 and a 7-year-old.
And he
has a 15 and 13-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but when I read this originally, I
And
thought
they
he
have
had
to live
little
in
kids. And
They
they
have
don't.
to live in a mansion.
Listen, he said, we've been married for 4 years, and we were together for 2 years prior, so 6 years total, right?
Okay.
When we met, she shared custody of her oldest daughter with her ex, and after we had been married a little while, some problems started to be brought to the surface. Family members suspected she was stealing from them while there and talked about her having an attitude. Then I noticed money was missing a couple of times, and we never had proof of who it was.
So the what family members are
Just other family members, I guess, that stayed with them or something.
accusing who of stealing?
The 16-year-old.
Okay.
Okay. But my wife's ex would mention something new their daughter had bought because she was such a good saver, which was not what we had experienced at all. She was someone who spent what she got the second she got it unless someone put a stop to it, and her dad was never someone who would do this. He was always the opposite from what I can tell. Then she started being more blatant about disrespect and stealing, and a little over a year after we were married, the dad petitioned the courts to move out of state for work and take her with him. My wife fought against it, but her oldest wanted to go, and the judge weighed that in their decision and allowed her ex to take the daughter, but ordered he be responsible for paying for every visit to us. Okay. It was during her visits that she got worse about stealing. She'd wait until she was leaving and took things that were small enough that wouldn't be missed immediately. One included my 15-year-old's Nintendo Switch, or at least some parts of the Switch that she had mentioned.
Whatsoever.
Some parts of the Switch that she'd mentioned were broken on her own Switch at her dad's house. But other things were missing after she'd leave too. My wife replaced the stuff their oldest took. But after the Switch, which wasn't too long ago, I told my wife we needed to figure something out because I didn't want my kids dealing with that, and that I had a duty to think of them first. While we were talking it out, her daughter asked if she could come live with us for good during the summer visit. My ex immediately said yes, and she was excited. I was not. She said we could nip it in the bud now. Other families said it wouldn't be that easy because there were suspicions since she was 7 and she was getting worse. I agreed with them, but I told my wife I understood that she had a duty to her daughter like I had my kids. She said it wouldn't be so bad and we'd figure it out. I told her I didn't believe that to be possible, and I said I would move out with my kids. She asked me to at least talk to my kids first and see if they'd mind. But we both knew their stance already. My son said after that Switch, he didn't want to have to see her again. My wife told me we needed to work this out because her younger 2 couldn't lose me. I said I felt awful about that, but I wasn't going to make my kids live with her older daughter. My wife said I had the same duty to all 5, and if I have such a problem with her daughter's behavior, I should stay and help fix it instead of running. I told her I was not willing to lose my kids over her oldest and that I would stay in the lives of the younger two if that's what they wanted, and she would allow it, but it was clear we could not make this work. My kids were so relieved when we moved out, so I knew I made the right choice. They admitted they expected her. They had I don't think he worded this right. They thought she had stole other stuff too before.
Okay.
I filed for divorce a couple of weeks after the kids and I moved out. My wife has tried and failed to get me back. Her oldest lives there now, and she said we never really tried to work something out. I told her there was nothing to work out when I was clear about what I would not do. She told me the youngest two are the biggest sufferers because both dads chose to leave them, and how was she supposed to explain to them that their second dad put his bio kids before them? She has tried to convince me several times over that I should call off the divorce and make a go of being a family again, but I refuse. Does that make me the asshole?
Okay.
I'm going to let you tell you, the comments all said no, he's not the asshole.
Here's my stance.
By the way, those smaller kids, their dad unalived themselves.
Wow. Way to throw that in there. Now I got to reevaluate.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my take. Look. I understand why you're going to have an innate bias to want to do what's best for your biological kids, right? Because you were with them they're your kids for years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and in that same sentence, when you became married, those other kids of hers became your kids as well. That is true. So I understand why you want to do the best for him, and it's very clear that his biological kids, right, felt very uncomfortable when they lived with the 16-year-old daughter, which the daughter is a klepto. Like, she has to.
Yeah.
She's a kleptomaniac, so she needs help.
Yes.
It seems like the mom was doing nothing to help, or to help her daughter, right? I want to know why did she choose to live because he unalived himself? Is that why she came back?
Well, no. Remember, her dad's different. Her dad's an ex-boyfriend.
Oh, ex-boyfriend.
That's why there's a big age gap between the two. The other two.
Okay, so did they explain why she wanted to move back, or just no? She just wanted to move back.
So my guess is, from my own experience, that sounds like the oldest is a lot like my sister. It's when you're not getting what you want at one parent's house, you go to the others.
Okay.
That's my interpretation. I don't know. It doesn't. I'm looking
really
through.
Matter. I'm just curious. Okay, let me finish off. When the part where he said, and I think the oldest daughter called this out, which is weird, that he didn't try to make it work.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I think fine, that's whatever. Leave if that's what you really want to do, but admit to the fact that you didn't try to make it work out. I get that it seems like the mom didn't try to do anything when she was there in the past, which is annoying, right? But there had to be a reason that you fell in love with your ex-wife now. So either that love was never really strong to begin with, or you have to own up to the fact that you truly, honestly didn't try to make it work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to be real, like, she's 16 now, right? You give her an ultimatum, and the wife has to comply with this, because that's part of the, like, that's compromising, that she has to work on her behavior of stealing or get help in some kind of way, right? Within, like, the 2 years of becoming 18, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, like, the things start becoming different, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're taking away from his kids. Like, you're taking away from my kids at that point. My biological kids don't feel safe in this house.
Yeah.
And so I have to look at that, you know what I mean?
Right.
It also seems like this dude didn't really care to explain why he's leaving to the two younger kids.
Right.
Because if she had to say she doesn't know how to tell her kids, that means he didn't tell them why he's leaving. I think he is an asshole. I think this is a lot more complicated than he is just an asshole, though.
No,
I'm not.
Yeah. Look.
I'm saying they're both in the wrong for different reasons, and I say both. I mean the wife.
Both the parents.
And obviously the klepto is a klepto.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna go with, as someone who did steal when I was younger.
Yeah.
And realized later in therapy it had a lot to do with me, like, trying to fill a void, right?
Yeah.
Remember, your frontal lobe does not develop fully until you're 25.
Yeah, she's
right?
16.
And also, I just want to throw out there that if you're neurodivergent, it takes even longer than 25. So there's that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what she's doing is okay. What I'm saying is she is a literal fucking child. I don't care if she's a teenager. She's a child. Not once is there any mention of any therapy
No.
in any regard. Marriage therapy, nothing. And like, so most of the comments are, "You're not the asshole. The mom's the asshole. The kid's the asshole. Blah blah blah." Like literally, everybody's like, majority of people are, "You are not at fault. You did the right thing." I'm sorry. You were with this woman 2 years before you got married.
And 4 years after.
And then you were together for 4 years after. What did you think marriage meant when kids are involved?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say that if I had married somebody that had kids, that I might not have been partial to you. I mean, like, I probably would have been partial to you, but I would still have loved those kids as if they were my own. It'd be like, I don't know, as someone who has been a stepchild, it really bothers me, like the way that he worded everything.
Yeah.
Like you didn't give a shit about any of those kids, is what it comes across. The kids that aren't your own. That's how it comes across to me. And somebody else was like, conspicuously missing here is any mention of therapy, discipline, or even discussions with the daughter about her kleptomania.
It also kind of sounds like you just kind of let it happen.
Yeah.
And then once you or not okay with it, you left.
Right. Someone else is like this. Why is no one mentioning that this child needs therapy? She's clearly not coped well with, no offense, because I have one, messiness of this family. It's a lot and takes a toll on her. And quite frankly, if this 16-year-old isn't in therapy, then every adult is the asshole who got nothing for her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, this is what shocked me. Like, fine, if you want to say, hey, not really the asshole because you have to think about your kids and their well-being, right? But I'm surprised. You know how long it took me to get down to a comment like that? Like, it was hundreds of comments before I got to that.
Here's the very important thing of this whole aspect, right?
Yeah.
It's Reddit.
It is Reddit, yes. But it's also just a microcosm of how, like, people are so fucking black and white, and they really don't understand anything about mental health. Because if she's stealing, there's definitely a reason. Because also, like, apparently she said, like, he went further down the comments, he's like, well, she chooses to believe she doesn't have any other siblings. Somehow she's feeling,
wait, what?
Like, I guess the teenager,
she thinks she doesn't, like, even the 10
she doesn't even, the other two either. So there's obviously something mentally going on.
Yeah.
That if you don't even want to claim the other two that are halfway related to you, right?
Yeah.
And then again, rereading it, for some reason, when I read it the first time, I thought his kids were small. Like, even the other two youngest are 10 and 7. I mean, 7-year-old would probably be the one that struggles the most with, like, understanding things. But, like, you have a 15 and 13-year-old. They definitely know what's going on. Like, I'm not saying that what the 16-year-old did was okay at all. What I'm saying is, why was there not any kind of couples therapy for the children? You were only married for 4 years and you're throwing in the fucking towel? Like, I don't understand that at all. Like,
it would be one thing if, like, she came back to live with him and he said to his ex-wife, okay, let's try to make this work, but both of us, including you, have to make an active effort to address why she's behaving this way,
right,
and make this environment feel safe for not only my kids but
for the other kids
too,
and us.
And then it still nothing changed. Then I would, like, okay, well, you have to.
Yeah, I just said at least give it a year.
Look after your kids.
Yeah.
You know? 'Cause, like, that's not fair to them. You know.
Like, and then further down, someone was like, oh, well, are you going to get to see the other two youngest? And he was like, well, I understand that I don't legally have any rights to them. And I've reached out to her, but she hasn't responded to me. Why the fuck would she? She already explained to you how hard that would be on them.
Yeah.
And you didn't give a shit.
Well, she shouldn't have to explain that. You have to understand that their dad is no longer in their life.
Yeah.
And someone who's had fathers not been in their life multiple times, right? When someone enters your life, and if they're there for that long.
Oh my God, I just realized that the youngest, pretty much that's who they see as their dad, because they were one when they got together.
And so you're like, up and go, you know what I mean? It shows that, like.
What a horrible human, actually. Fuck him.
I'm just saying, if the roles were reversed, right? Let's just say for some reason your biological kids were, like, taken and like by someone else and said they can't see you, I feel like this dude would be like, no, I have to see my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this means he didn't really see those other kids as his actual kids. That's all I'm saying.
It was just. I
think
remember reading it.
These are the
thinking,
order.
like,
These are order of assholes. The guy.
Yeah.
He's number one asshole. Number two, I think, is the mom.
Yeah.
Because I understand a lot's going on, but you're clearly complicit.
Ex-boyfriend.
The
father of the daughter, the 16-year-old.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. He's just like a non-factor.
He's a part of it. Yeah.
And then the daughter.
Yeah. But again, I'm gonna like.
And then the 10-year-old, because I don't know. Fuck the 10-year-old.
No, it's a 15-year-old. I don't know. It was such a wild thing to me to see like so many people being like, "No, you did the right thing."
Did you have another one? You can do one more.
Okay. Yeah, I do. Like I saved a bunch of stuff.
That was probably the most.
I think I have a shorter one.
Interesting one.
Okay. Am I overreacting for walking out on my own birthday dinner? And birthday dinners in quotes.
A part of me just off rip wants to say no because I feel like it's when it's your birthday.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, but also that's a very dangerous thing to say.
I murdered somebody at my birthday dinner.
Real rude people to be mean to me on their birthday.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I didn't even have to come.
I'm sorry. No,
not you.
I know, I'm just messing with you. Who the fuck ever does anything for my birthday? I do it. You know, you've done stuff for me, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know who I meant. I had to plan everything. Okay. I turned 28 last night. My boyfriend, 30 Mel, told me he booked a table at my favorite restaurant. I was actually excited. I was actually, man, people use fucking commas. Use commas.
Also, if I had a nickel every time, it's been a post, right, and it's a woman and their partner who's a man always is older than them, I'd be so fucking rich right now. I'm just saying it's
only 2 years.
No, but it's every time it's always older. I've never seen it be the opposite way. I swear to God.
Okay. I was actually excited. This year's been rough, and I just wanted one night to relax and feel special. When we got there, I realized he had invited his 2 best friends and one of their girlfriends. I didn't mind at first. I get along with them fine. But then when the menus came, one of his friends joked, "Don't worry about prices, the birthday girl's paying." I laughed, thinking it was just a dumb joke, but nope, they were serious. They ordered cocktails, appetizers, and the most expensive mains on the menu. I had one drink and a regular meal. When the bill came, it was way more than I can afford. My boyfriend just slid it over to me without even asking. I quietly told him I couldn't pay that much, and he said, "Just put it on your credit card. It's your night." I felt completely blindsided and embarrassed. They were still laughing and making plans to go to a bar after. So I excused myself to use the bathroom, called a ride, and went home. Now he's mad at me for making a scene and says I embarrassed him. His friends are calling me stingy. Was I really overreacting for leaving?
Me personally, if that were to happen to me personally,
yeah,
I would turn into that Captain America elevator scene where I'm just throwing hands at everybody. What do you mean? I'm paying? You picked this place. It's my birthday, and you invited people that aren't even my friends. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Everybody's like, break up with him.
What?
Was that in the relationship for you?
If
someone did that to you?
Would that end the relationship for me? They'd have to separate. They'd have to separate me from this person. I would be so mad. They'd have to hold me back. I would have lost my mind on them. It not only would have been ended, he would have been eliminated. They have to evacuate the area.
I'm saying if a woman did that to you.
A woman did that for me? Okay, so
you wouldn't put hands on her, obviously.
No, never.
Okay, well, she's trying to murder you. Definitely put hands on her.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. But that's a given. If
we're thinking Cap situation, they were trying to murder him, so that is it's perfectly acceptable to hands on her in that moment. But
if
not murdering you, no.
If a woman that I was in a relationship with on
invited
my birthday
her 2 best friends,
and
said, "You paying for our shit?"
And I'm paying.
And ordered the most expensive shit. And laughed about it.
I laughed about it
on your birthday.
This is
knowing you've had a rough year.
Mom, hold it, Mom. This is the bad part, right? you know how I just went off and said, oh, I would have killed them, right?
Yeah.
But I just put myself in that scenario, and the relationship would eventually end, but keyword eventually. I feel like a part of me
Oh my
would
god,
like,
would you stay with her just to like get revenge?
well, no. A part of me would like, I don't know. I have, and this is a bad part. I understand this, but I have such a, I don't want to say soft spot, but it's like, I don't know. I don't want to be like, I'm always weary when it comes to women, and I know that sounds weird, right? But I don't want to automatically be like fucking lose it on her. You know what I mean? I don't want to make her like, because I know innately I'm gonna have power or whatever in that relationship.
Oh, you're gonna be stronger.
Not even that. I don't even mean that. I meant like I don't want to. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I mean, yeah, I would have ended it, right? But I would have ended it in the most calm way possible. Also, I have to look. It depends the race of the woman I'm with, where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like,
oh,
I don't want to.
Well, in this scenario,
angry black man
she
loses
didn't
at a white
listen.
woman.
She didn't lose it
No,
at the
no,
thing.
no,
She
I know.
left. She went to the rest. Said she was going to the restroom,
Yeah.
and she fucking left.
Yeah, but I'm also, that also goes into the idea of, I know this probably give me a lot of slack, and I probably like is gonna eliminate a bunch of women, right? For me, like when I say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will always want to, if I have the ability to, I will always like pay for like a dinner,
Yeah.
right? Even though I don't like the idea of dinner dates. I hate dinner dates. It's so stupid to me. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. I like other date ideas,
Yeah.
right? But like, if they pick the place and they're throwing a whatever for me, especially,
Yeah.
I don't expect to be paying whatsoever.
No.
You know what I mean? At very least, I'm paying
You're at least paying
my stuff, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna cover you, let alone your friends. You know, who I didn't expect to be here.
Yeah, it's weird
Like, so their present to me was me paying something for them.
for them to hang out.
Yeah.
Like, essentially,
Yeah.
that's what it was. And I just don't understand. Like,
I'm not gonna be a fourth wheel on my own birthday.
here's
That's
the
not what's gonna
deal.
happen.
Here's the deal. It feels like, it's just when I read it, I'm like, the fucking audacity of men it will never fail to astound me. They will always one up it. Because I just don't even understand what in his brain thought this was a good idea. He hates that woman. That's what it comes
I don't
down
even
to.
understand, like, that's just I don't get how Desmond gets to that mindset. That's so weird. That's really weirdo behavior.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's your birthday, but you're gonna pay. Not just for me, but for my friends. Also, actually, you're gonna pay for everyone in front of us and behind us. Actually, buy me a yacht. You know what? Buy me a whole fucking mansion and the Earth and the Moon and the whole solar system.
Because it's
You know
your
what?
birthday.
Buy me Andromeda's galaxy. Buy me everything. You know what? It's your birthday though.
That same man will under his breath be like, "What are you bringing to the table?"
So how are you enjoying your birthday? Having a good birthday?
I don't. Here's what's crazy is that
Can't
she
wait for your
posted
29th.
that. She posted that and said, "Am I overreacting?"
Well, that's honestly sad. It's sad that
It
they
is sad that we're gaslit
It's
that
sad
much.
not only that she had to ask, but let alone ask Reddit.
Yeah.
It's like that's very, very much sad.
I mean, actually, no. Like,
It's not sad.
no. I meant. Well, I mean, it is.
It is sad.
It feels personal when you're saying that, though, because you know specifically that the situation we talked about in the beginning had started last night, and I literally, or I guess you didn't know it last night.
I still think that's.
I had nobody
not
to
saying-
talk to though.
I'm not saying.
I
oh,
could have went to Reddit
I'm
on
not
that.
saying that person she should feel sad. I'm saying the whole situation is sad.
Yeah.
I agree with. I still that situation to you. I think is inherently sad,
Yeah.
but not in that kind of way. It's sad.
I know. And you know what though? I need to start. Maybe I should start going to Reddit.
No, don't. That's famous last words. You know what? Maybe I should start going to Reddit. That's it. If I ever reach that point, oh god.
I need to process.
You know what? Maybe I should go to Reddit. No, I think currently mental well person has ever said those words. There's always a little something off if you catch yourself saying maybe I should go to Reddit. Scary.
Well, I mean, I'm grateful that people that do though. It gives me interesting things to read. And it never astounds me the levels that men will sink to.
Maybe it's the same thing as maybe I should start going on Twitter more. That's like that's scary.
I do go to Twitter for a lot.
Maybe I should check out. Maybe I should go to Facebook more. Those are the
No.
three sites. If anybody said maybe I should go there, or honestly, genuinely, if let's say for some reason I could see my partner's screen time, and one of those 3 sites was their most used, I would exit so far.
I'm pretty sure TikTok is my most used.
That's whatever. That's fine. I don't care. That's probably my most used, to be honest. If that
I
says something,
don't know what would be next.
that says something, but that doesn't scare me inherently. Facebook, Reddit, and Twitter all scare me.
How do you find that?
It's in your settings.
What is it? Under?
Screen time. I assume it's the same on Android. I'll tell you mine right now. It's probably going to be TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. Actually, it's probably going to be TikTok, then Spotify, then YouTube, if I had to guess.
I don't. Mine's mine's TikTok Threads.
Jesus Christ.
So not
Mom.
Instagram. But that means I've definitely. Okay, but
I think
hold
I
on.
have maybe
Hold
under 2
on.
minutes
This
on
is
Threads.
today. It's an hour and that's how long I was on the Nicolandria Threads. It was an hour and 24 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
You know what's third? Monopoly Go.
Oh my God. All right.
Oh my god.
Mine. What's your daily average screen time?
Too much.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
How do you know?
It just go when you go there. Like,
Right now it's saying it's 8 hours.
okay. My most used is TikTok, then YouTube, then Spotify. Or Spotify, then TikTok, then YouTube. I don't know.
I've been on Indeed today longer than I've been on Monopoly Go. So like I'm moving up a little on there. But yeah.
Moving on up.
On social media thing, X is my third, but like that's higher right now because of Big Brother, because I go to Big Brother, the threads that have like updates, so
Yeah.
to see what's going on that I missed when I wasn't watching when I didn't have live feeds on or something.
Do you have any more? I just want to do a long one, like a super long one each week. Well, you know what I mean?
Because we're doing one every 2 weeks.
Yeah, just do a super long one.
I'm sure people listening appreciate that.
There's a bunch of podcasts that do a lot of podcasts.
We can only do one more because I'm gonna have to feed him soon. I've been in here a long time because of the mess up. How long is this one? You don't want a long one, right?
Or is it, if it's,
Where are we
I want a
at
good one.
time-wise?
Hour 17.
Let's see. Hold on.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Haven't you asked me this literally on this thing?
I don't think so.
The angry one, you know that.
Wow, that just feels. I don't.
Because
That's gotta
I'm
be
angry.
racist.
No,
I'm
because
joking.
I'm angry.
Raphael's your favorite,
Yeah.
and also it saddens that you don't know their names.
I couldn't think for a minute. I was thinking
Hold
Michelangelo.
on. Name all the Ninja Turtles for me real quick.
Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo. I know their
Okay,
names, so I can
okay.
never quite. Sometimes look,
What's your order?
Leonardo's the blue one, right?
Yeah. What's your order?
That's the only one I ever remember.
What's your order of the Ninja Turtles? So number one
So
for
it'd be
you is
Raphael.
Yeah.
Look, and that's just because I relate to Ralph.
I'm not gonna. I honestly, the Ninja Turtles. If I don't think any order would make me upset if they told me it, because they're all.
Michelangelo's the funny one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my second.
Okay.
Then Leonardo's the nerdy one.
No,
Or that's
Donatello.
Donatello?
is-
So no, then it probably goes Leo then Donatello.
So mine is Leo.
Leo, I know.
And I love. I forget.
Then it goes Mike, right?
Um.
Or Donatello. I know Ralph is your last. I'm not dumb.
No, it's Raph next.
Really?
Then it's. Oh, this is so hard. This is gonna sound
Donatello is
sick.
everybody's last.
I love Donatello though, and purple's my favorite color.
I know.
But I think he might have to be last.
yeah.
But I love him. I genuinely love him. He's
Yeah.
sometimes the most relatable. Cause he's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Look, Ralph gives firstborn energy, okay? Like, I don't think that he is. I don't know, like, that wise. That's just, he's like, if there's like all this responsibility on him. And so I just understand him.
If someone were to say to me that they truly believe in all of cinema, animation, any kind of cinema, movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
That a top 10 scene in all of cinema is the rooftop scene from the 2007 animated Ninja Turtle movie between Leonardo and Raphael.
Yeah.
I
You
would be
wouldn't
like,
be mad
okay,
at
yeah,
them?
of
Yeah.
course. Why not? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, because, like, to me, they're the other two most badass of the. Ninjas.
actually, I think the consensus
think
is,
it's Leonardo?
Michelangelo, and that's because of Last Ronin. Check,
Oh,
the
yeah.
premise of Last Ronin.
No.
Basically all the other Ninja Turtles died, and he's the last one, and he's like super jaded, and he's like
Is
the
he
most
like Hawkeye?
and he's like the
after
strongest.
The...
Yeah, but he's the strongest Ninja Turtle. Like he locked in.
Yeah.
But like normally, yeah, those are the two most badass, of course.
I just
I'm gonna rewatch the 2007 Ninja Turtle movie.
I have anger issues.
Yeah.
I like me someone angry.
What's your order of Powerpuff Girls? And we have the same one. Say it at the same time. When I say 3, 2, 1, we'll go third to second to
Hold
first.
on, what's your names again?
I'll say the names, right?
And their
don't
colors.
tell me, right?
Yeah.
So there's Blossom the redhead,
Yeah.
Bubbles the blonde, and Buttercup the black hair, right?
Okay.
So
ready?
I'll go 3, 2, 1, and we'll go third, then second, then first.
Wait, okay, so our third
So
favorite?
I'll say 3, 2, 1, third favorite. 3, 2, 1, second favorite. 3, 2, 1,
Okay,
first.
okay,
'Cause
okay.
I'm almost guaranteed we have the exact same one.
All right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bubbles.
Blossom. What? Oh, I've actually we have this actually. What do you mean? Hold on. What do you? Okay, our first is Buttercup, right?
Yeah, it's Buttercup.
Okay, tell me how. Blossom's better than Bubbles.
Because she about that fucking life. Blossom is about
She
that
is
life.
about that life. I understand that.
I love me a redhead. We love a ginger.
This is the only time I'll ever really choose the blonde. Genuinely, I just like Bubbles.
I love Bubble. Okay, look, it's the same as the Ninja Turtles. I love all of them. I really don't like picking a favorite, but also I know who my favorite is, and it is Buttercup.
I feel
Just
so.
a sassy
I
bee.
feel so betrayed.
I'm sorry. I do love Bubbles. Is there any other ones you want to ask me?
I think there is. Okay, what about Scooby Doo, the Mystery Gang?
Who's my favorite?
Yeah. And this is, I know why you're gonna think this is my favorite, and it's not the reason she's my favorite.
No,
But number one is Velma for
it's
me.
Velma.
It's Velma, and then it's Shaggy.
Yeah.
Then it's Scooby. Then it's Daphne, and then it's
We can
Fred.
all agree that Fred is last.
Fred is Loki. I always felt like Fred, Fred, you kind of annoyed me.
And it's not any.
It's
this is not anything to
it's
Freddie Prinze Jr.
It's
because
Fred
I
in
love
every
you.
iteration besides Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, Fred in the cartoons, I just
He's like I can't deal with his voice. Well, guys, I
Yeah.
can't. His voice is sometimes so irritating.
Look,
As a little kid, I want to punch him through the screen.
every show I've ever watched, I'm always gravitating to the nerdy girl. That is just like, well, with the exception of Buffy. Buffy was my favorite character, and then after her it's Spike, and then after her it's Giles. But then there goes another nerdy. Then it would probably be Willow, and then what the fuck was Seth's character? Not, it's there and I can't remember. But I'm just saying, like, most of the time, like when I watched 90210, it was Andrea, and she was the nerd. Like I don't even understand because it's not like I wasn't a nerd in high school. I mean, I was like a nothing, but like I wasn't doing well in school. I never considered myself smart. I don't know. I just tended to gravitate to the nerdy. That is weird though with the Ninja Turtles. It's not that Leo's my first,
Yeah.
but that's just because the anger outweighs that for me.
Well, Donatello's the nerdy one.
Or whatever, yeah. Sorry.
Leo's kind of a nerd. but in a
He's
different
smart
way.
though. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all like none of them are dumb.
Yeah.
Mikey's not dumb.
He's not dumb. God, that pause, man. Okay, this is the last one.
Yeah, we won't do another Reddit. We're good.
No.
Okay, we can still. Sorry.
No, it's the last one. It'll be so quick. Ready?
Wait.
The Teen Titans, and when I say I'm saying this iteration of Teen Titans,
Is it the one you keep making me start and never let me finish?
that's Young Justice.
Okay.
No. Teen Titans, I need your order for this iteration of Teen Titans. We have Robin, Dick Grayson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg.
When you say iteration, in what format?
Any format. I mean, it's the format that was in the
not
original.
any format.
No, it was the format that's in the original Teen Titans, and then they made Teen Titans Go. It's the same group. I meant that group of characters. Just as a whole, those groups. I'll tell you mine. Does it help if I tell you mine first?
I already know who your first one is.
Who's my first one?
It's Dick Grayson.
It's Dick Grayson, the best Robin, the best DC
You know
character.
who your second is?
Who's my second?
Okay, actually, I'm torn between
Yeah, who's my
it's
second?
Beast or Raven.
No, you're so confident. Who's my
It's
second?
Raven.
Fuck, who's my third?
Beast.
Who's my fourth?
Starfire.
I feel really bad putting Cyborg last.
Okay, so if we're talking about I mean, if we're
It's-
talking about Teen Titans Go, I feel
no, I'm
like
not talking about Teen Titans. I'm talking about
exactly.
as a whole.
So I don't know.
Although I
mean,
do love Teen Titans Go. I feel like my favorite part about Teen Titans Go is people really hated it at first, but like
it's so
it
funny.
slowly became like everyone like, oh, I kind of mess with Teen Titans Go.
It's just really funny to me. I like it because of that. I mean, Dick's probably my favorite because I love somebody that feels like they have something to prove,
He's
and
also
he has
Nightwing.
anger
He's
issues.
Nightwing.
I love,
Di-
the
I
anger
love his anger
issues.
issues, bro. He is crazy.
Yeah, but after watching like Titans, right? And so like, because
But Dick
I
Gra-
don't know them.
Dick Grayson is my favorite Robin.
No, I know. I think Starfire like moved up for me, just realizing how powerful she is. Because before that it would have been Raven, would have been my second.
Sometimes I like Starfire second to
Yeah.
all of them. Actually, there's sometimes I genuinely love. It depends on the Cyborg iteration.
Yeah.
Truly, I like Cyborg in the comics, and also in the original Teen Titans more than a lot of stuff.
I just don't like robots that much. Although I shouldn't say that because in Doom Patrol, the robot is my favorite character.
Yeah.
So I guess it just depends. But like in Star Wars, C-3PO, I did love R2-D2.
But Leia, what do you mean? You chose the worst one to say you don't like robots. They're the two of the best robots.
Don't like C-3PO.
You're so weird for
He's
that.
such a whiny little bitch.
I love C-3PO.
It makes sense that he would be with a Skywalker family.
Oh my! She's a vendetta against the Skywalkers, and it
The
hates
men,
me so
the
much.
men, the men.
Look. I understand.
They're so whiny.
I understand that this is an innate problem with me, and I get it. I get that there's like, oh, well, you like Paul Atreides. I don't even care about Paul Atreides, but like that same akin to liking Anakin. And Anakin is my favorite Star Wars character. And the reason Anakin's my favorite Star Wars, I'm not saying
'Cause
Anakin's a good person.
He muck duck children.
I murder them all, the children too, the women. No, it's. I just like his story, and then especially how he ended being Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I like.
I really love
pre-Anakin.
when
I
someone
loved-
wants to commit genocide.
I loved I think my favorite point of Anakin is in the first episode. I love little Anakin. I love.
Oh,
little
that kid
Anakin.
was super cute.
I never understood when I found out later when I grew up that he got
Ugh.
so much hate. I hated that, and
It's
I
just
know it's
'cause-
just because people didn't like the prequels.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, this is so new. I hate it." I
So,
get it. It's
I'm
whatever.
sorry. That shit was boring.
It was not. It's so fun. Pod racing is one of the
Look,
coolest things ever.
Look,
I'm sorry.
traumatized
But
from Star Wars
this,
Legos.
This man fixed his fucking pod racer in the middle of the race by getting off it and beat him. Like, are you kidding me? It's so and the noise. It's so
This
cool.
is gonna do so much for your love life.
Keep
going.
it's so much. Like, oh my god. Like,
You know who you sound like right now?
What?
You sound like Sean Hayes on Smart List when he nerds out anytime they have a guest that's in Star Wars.
I mean, my budget is right fucking there, bro.
Oh my god. Or not even just Star Wars, just anything nerdy. Like the one I just finished was Idris Elba, and I didn't realize he was in Prometheus. And the way Sean Hayes like, I want to talk about that.
It's like you don't understand how passionate I can get about
I
these
do
things.
understand.
I can talk for hours.
I'm the same way if we were to talk about musicals. Like, I got it.
My musical knowledge goes to Sweeney Todd, and that's about it.
Hamilton.
And Hamilton.
Okay, so this is the last one because I for real have to feed him in a little bit. This is another Am I Overreacting?
Yes.
I think you'll appreciate this one. Okay? And you'll see why. Am I overreacting for walking out mid-dinner after my date called my food disgusting?
Oh, this has to be racist.
Okay.
I feel like this has to be
Maybe.
racist. I'm worried this is racist.
It doesn't tell me the race of the people. I, 26 female, went on a second date with a guy, 29 male. I'd been chatting with for about a month. We went to a cozy little fusion restaurant I love, Asian Latin mix.
This has got to be racist.
It's dual races.
Has to be racist.
I
If she
ordered-
loves it, means she's probably one of those races.
I ordered my favorite dish, beef empanadas with kimchi. When it came, he made a
Interesting combination.
He said when it came, he made a face and said, "That looks disgusting. I don't know how you can eat that." At
She's probably gonna like
first,
kimchi, which
I
is
laughed
great.
it off and told him it's actually amazing. But he kept making little comments like, "The smell is intense," and I'd never date someone who eats weird stuff like that regularly. I finally told him, "You know, you're being pretty rude. You don't have to like what I eat, but you don't need to insult it." He smirked and said, "I'm just being honest." So I asked the waiter to pack my food, paid for my share and left. He texted me later saying I embarrassed him and that I'm too sensitive. Am I overreacting for thinking that was disrespectful enough to leave?
I'm about to
I already
be
knew
so,
this was going to heat you because of the way that you eat.
Okay, listen. I know for a fact. I'm sorry. Call me delusional. I know for a fact this woman is a woman of color and this guy is white. Okay? Let's start there. First of all, beef empanadas, right? And fucking kimchi. Fermented food, kimchi, beef empanadas, beef, and some kind of carbohydrate component. That's essentially fucking kind of same components of a fucking burger, which I know this motherfucker swallows down every fucking Sunday. Shut the fuck up. And what do you mean I embarrass you? Is it my job to make sure you're not fucking embarrassed? I hate the thing. Oh, you embarrass me. Get fucking embarrassed, fucking loser. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. And it's not like you got in a fucking relationship. This is a date. And she was so kind enough to invite you to one of her favorite places, and you proceed to insult her on so many different levels and double down on it, and then afterwards say you were in the fucking right and she was in the wrong? Are you kidding me? And you even give it a chance to try it. Oh my God. Like, every food has a fucking smell that someone might not be accustomed to. Why are you going to automatically assume it and say it's disgusting like it's a matter of fact? Oh my Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up. I hope you never get that fucking love in your fucking life again. Shut the fuck up. Go. Your turn.
I don't have a turn. I knew this was going to send you
that
off.
Pisses me off so much. Shut up.
Look. Okay, so.
Oh my God. You're not. Also, if that wasn't a part of her culture, not only did you insult her, you just insulted two cultures.
Yeah.
You insulted that triple homicide.
Yeah. What is it?
I'm so mad.
I know. I knew that. When I saw the kimchi, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna get him."
Kimchi's so good.
Okay, it's not for me, but I've never looked at your food and thought, "Oh, that's so fucking disgusting." I've never said that
and
to
that's
you.
also an inside thought, by the way.
Like it's an inside thought. Look, I love how adventurous you are with your palate. I wish that my palate was that way. I wish that I didn't have some of the sensory issues I had. I wish I didn't have a lot of the food-related trauma that I have because of my mom. If I hadn't had that and I'd grown up differently, maybe I would be more adventurous with my eating, or maybe my autism would keep me from doing that. I don't know. I think it's amazing when people are able to eat things like that. I can't, but I'm definitely not. Now, did I today, talking to my sister, when she called me back and she's like, "Oh, I was finishing my lunch." I was like, "Oh, what'd you have for lunch?" She's like, "I had a sandwich." I was like, "What kind?" She said, "Turkey." I was like, disgusting. And then I go, "Did you have mayonnaise on that?" And she said yes. And I said, "Ooh."
It's also a matter of like, that's your sister, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a matter of rapport you have.
Here's the thing: is I thought of this thing and I felt so bad, and I was like, "I'm just giving you a hard time."
And if my sister said, "Oh, that hurts me when you say that," I'd be like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
Yeah. Like but I did think back to this thing and I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that," but I really fucking hate mayonnaise, so, and it's gross unless it's in things.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be on sandwiches or burgers. Disgusting. But that's, to me, if I was on a date, unless they tried to offer it to me,
yeah,
that's what you eat. Like, Andy, loved red onions, and I'm sorry too, y'all.
I love red onion.
I know you do.
I love garlic.
Look. It makes your breath smell funky.
I'll be Anthony Bourdain if you tell me what I'm eating is disgusting.
I'm saying though, I would tell him, like, I don't like when you eat them, and then you try to kiss me afterwards. Your mouth tastes foul to me. It grosses me out. Like,
yeah, and that's when it becomes a thing. Oh, we can talk about that, but like,
yeah,
it's not like she's not eating for you. It's not like your mouth is eating what she's eating.
Okay, so he did that on like dates when we were first dating, and I never said anything then. It was after we were married and together for a while. I'm like, okay, I really don't want you coming and kissing on me after you've eaten red onions. It grosses me out. That's like an established thing. I would never on like a first or a second date be like, hey, what you're eating is gross, and then keep doubling down and saying awful things. Like, you can say, hey, oh, that's cool, it's just not for me. Like, that's fine.
And look, the only reason I would ever come for British food, right?
Because
right. I don't mean to drag him into this. Is the reason why Americans come for British food, and I'm be honest, it's because British people come for Americans. You know what I mean? Like, don't be upset when we come back and you clown on our food. Oh, it's so processed. Do you see what you guys eat? Like, you say this is flavor, and the definition of flavor isn't on your plate. You know what I mean?
I'm still thinking about the tuna on a potato. Like, you literally took two separate things that are really good, but definitely should not be together. And I wouldn't even have French fries and tuna. I'm sorry. That sounds terrible. Why do y'all do that? I don't understand it. And then the clip, the one you showed me where she
Cheetos
had
and milk?
Cheetos and milk.
I
Why
don't-
would she think that's something
Why
we
would
eat?
we do that? Like, I don't. I'm not. This is how I'm gonna go about. I don't get why people don't go about the same way. I'm not going to presume to know what someone's culture or another place's culture is like unless I actually has been there. Why do British people, and I can say you American people, don't do this to any other country? But I feel like there's a big thing with British people, and I feel like it's British people about this with everybody, right?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Americans. Presume to know what it's like to be or live in America, and I mean about everything. It's this. I don't want to go so deep on this level, but it's like presuming to know what it's like for a Black American.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't mean to go there, but it's like it's
Yeah.
it's many things like that. Or presume what it's like to live in America and like the harsh reality of America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying America is great. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying, don't presume to know what a culture is like. That goes for
Yeah.
everything, everywhere, all the time, everywhere, all at once.
Again, what astounds me is they make a big deal about the fact that they have so many different cultures that live in England, right?
Yeah.
Why does most of your food look like shit? Like because that's all we're seeing. You're not going to those places.
Today, and I think it was in Ireland. I saw this actually, but I saw a video where it was, when you're at your friends, I think it was American or whatever. Like basically, they ordered Chinese food, right, in Ireland, and they got like apparently there's like, you know how Chinese food looks, right?
Yeah.
And when I say Chinese food, I'm talking
American Chinese.
about Americanized Chinese food, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes American Chinese food actually implements
Actual Chinese
food from China, right? But apparently, I don't know if it's also in England, but there's like 2 separate menus, or you can actually get what Chinese food looks like versus their Chinese food, and they think it's weird when you get that. Like what's like either authentic Chinese or authentic Americanized Chinese food compared to whatever they have there. Like they have fries with their Chinese food.
No, that's in
it's
England.
like those kind of things
with
and
brown gravy.
With brown gravy, it's like very like what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
That's not Chinese food.
It's like, look, for me, this is everyone should act this way about cultures, cuisines. We listen and we don't judge. You know what I mean? Like, don't presume to.
No,
you know what I
I'm
mean?
judging your tuna on a potato. I'm judging it.
Only time I'll judge is when you presume we eat Cheetos with milk. No one does that.
God.
I don't think people eat Cheetos and drink milk, let alone put the milk in like it's cereal.
You know, the only time I would have milk with the Cheetos if I was eating a PB&J with those Cheetos.
PB&J with Cheetos actually slap.
It does.
Peanut butter with Cheetos goes well together.
Yeah. So then I might have milk as a drink with that.
But I would never put cheese with peanut butter. I know it sounds crazy, but
no, on crackers.
No, that's gross.
Peanut butter on cheese crackers is so good. Like the
To me,
ones that
that's
they
gross.
make. They make like the little like.
Oh wait, actually you're right.
Those are good.
I'm so genuinely wrong.
Yeah.
Those are great. Those are crisp.
Those are amazing. Yeah.
Those are banging.
But like, I don't know. They're just so weird. People are weird.
But I'm sorry. That actually, I don't think anything will ever taught me for that one, because on so many levels, not only was he disrespectful to, at minimum, 1 culture, at maximum 3 cultures.
Yeah.
Disrespectful to her.
Well, he was disrespectful to 2 cultures for sure.
It's like
Because Latin and Asian.
Yeah, it's like I don't. And also,
Again,
empanadas and kimchi actually looks good. Like I don't think kimchi looks like a proper kimchi looks good. It's vibrant. It's colorful. It's not bland. You know what I mean? And empanadas,
It's spicy, right?
and it's fermented. It's just fermented like vegetables and shit. It's like if you get upset, like, you have pickles every day. You know what I mean?
I don't have pickles every day.
But people have pickles, right? Like
But yes, I like pickles.
people eat pickles.
Hold on.
People eat pickles.
Sometimes people, when they're in elementary school, decide suddenly while at Subway that they're off pickles for now.
Okay, that was me. I get it.
I'm off pickles for now, Mom.
Look, this is what kimchi looks like. It's
Yeah,
like,
I know what kimchi looks like. I used to get it for you all the time.
Like it looks. I like if you want to play that game, you could look at any food and point out how it might look,
Yeah.
quote unquote, disgusting. You know what I
Poutine
mean?
looks disgusting, but I'm gonna take their word for it that it's
Yeah.
decent. It looks gross though.
Like an Oreo. What is that? What is that? What's an Oreo? When you really think about it, you know what I mean?
Processed goodness.
Yeah, but like it's just like that's so. I hate him. I hate him.
I'm pretty sure she didn't go back out with them.
Well, yeah, good. I really, the drama-filled part of me really wants to know the races of these 2 people, so bad. And when I find out I'm correct,
A white man? No.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Anyhow, I gotta feed. Oh, I gotta get up so early in the morning. I don't want to. It's so hot outside. Don't send thoughts and prayers. Send money. Swear. Anyhow, we did wrap it up because I have to feed Jax, and I would really love if you unloaded the dishwasher.
Yeah.
So I can load it.
The only reason I didn't that yesterday because that
Yeah,
I
I know.
still feel
We have-
sick.
yeah,
but
I
I just
know,
don't
I
want to
know.
risk.
I don't know. Maybe your sinus is cleared thinking about that kimchi and that man.
No, I'm trying to clear 'cause I got my anger out. Like all the
See,
air out
it's
of
why I
emotion.
love Raphael. You know what? If you see me in the streets, don't ask me how I'm doing.
It just makes me feel so bad for every person of color
Yeah.
in America as a kid
Yeah.
that brought their cuisine or
Yeah.
lunch and got
Ew, what's
comment,
that? It
"What
smells gross.
weird," or it looks like that's
Yeah,
like
it looks weird.
only time I ever had beef when school things were in Flint, and I know this is stupid, right? But when someone told me I couldn't eat my PB&J because of nut allergy, and the reason I got especially mad is because it's not only like because some people have nut allergy where they can't be near it. This dude just had to taste it or touch it. I was gonna throw my PB&J on you like it's a weapon. I wasn't gonna like use it
It's
to my advantage.
anthrax!
I wasn't even sitting near you, but I had to. No. First, I went to here's the peanut zone, right? Which is
Yeah.
crazy. Peanut versus no peanut zone,
Yeah.
right? And then they took it all away. No PB&Js for you.
I think I got really heated because they made you move, and I was like, why aren't
Yeah.
they making him move? He's the one with the problem.
Look, problem. That's crazy.
Look.
Calling it a problem is crazy.
I don't fucking play around when it comes to my child. Like, I remember because you were like, I felt so embarrassed because you had to move, and I was like, who is that kid? I still hate you. The person, he's a grown ass adult. I'm like, I fucking hate you. I'm sorry, but if you don't harbor resentment to anybody that slights your child,
Yeah.
still, I don't feel like you're a real parent.
I'm gonna have to anytime I bring apart someone I'm seeing
Yeah.
to you, I'm gonna be like, you have to make a good first impression, because if you don't, you're screwed in her eyes.
Look, I've been very open with everybody. Do I hate them? I don't know if I hate all of them now. I mean, definitely one I do. There's really just only one.
Yeah.
Like, I
No,
worked
there has to be
through.
multiple you hate. If I'm being real,
No, I've worked through the others.
tell me who the one you hate is and the one you worked through after.
The most recent.
The most recent. That's the one
Yeah.
you hate the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other significant one, you don't even dislike anymore. So
I don't know what you're talking about, but tell me afterwards.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I will like you until I don't. Like, and then when I don't anymore. Ever.
But then you do.
I don't say the ones I don't dislike anymore, I don't like them. I just don't have any feelings towards them.
Yeah.
Is the thing. It's like, nobody you've ever told me that you were dating or I met was I like instantly like, I hate you because you're dating my kid. I'm not that person. You know that. It's only when they've slighted you
Yeah.
that I don't like them. So it's like, as long as you're doing right by my child, I'm going to like you. Sorry, my son. You're not a child anymore, but I mean, like, you're still my child. But
Yeah.
yeah, as long as whoever you're with is doing right by you, and eventually when you have kids, they're doing right by them. Yeah, you're my spawn. As long as you do right by my spawn, we're good.
That's my
We're
spawn.
golden.
That's my spawn right there.
I would never. No, I say I would never, but I actually probably would. No, you guys need to find someone weird.
Mm-hmm.
I really want you to find someone weird. Kind and weird.
I think more than not, the people I've dated I would classify as weird. Yeah. Or even been into. Yeah. I'll explain afterwards if you
Yeah.
need. But yeah, let's wrap it up. All right.
Later hater?
Later, hater.
We are haters. I'm a certified hater. I love hating. It's fun.
Love you.
Love you.
To the back.
Oh, I forgot. We didn't even start off like that this time.
All right. Peace
Well-
out.
I'm sorry. To the back.
To the back.
To the back.
To the back.
Podcast. I was picking up where we left off.